coming at you again with another breakdown video. Today, I wanted to talk about a fight that is really, it stands out as one of the best, if not the best fight I've ever seen in person. When I say best, it's both, I think, because, one of my friends participated in this fight, my training partner, Lyndon AXFC, much love, bro. It's also because it just was incredibly close. It was back and forth up until the very near the end of the fifth round. It was an amateur title fight, and so it was just one of those great fights where two very skilled athletes went at it, going hard the entire time, and it was no sure thing that who was gonna win, even to the very very end. So it was like a nail biter. So I hope you guys enjoy. I know I will. Let's get into it. Okay. This fight was, 2014 in Bellingham, actually. So my buddy Lyndon is in the red gloves, red shin guards. His opponent, Matt Deppa, is a great fighter who was undefeated coming into this fight. I think 10-0. So Matt's been kind of getting the better of these exchanges thus far. He's standing southpaw, Lyndon's orthodox. You can see that their lead feet are in line with each other. It makes sometimes an awkward fight. Ooh, Matt Lyndon got knocked down there. I think it was just lost his balance. Oh, so there we go. Lyndon's in it now. And Lyndon's wrestling background will come into play here. He's got that over-under kind of clench. He's kind of preventing Matt from getting his own underhook. Nice knees from Lyndon, a little uppercut and a left hand. But Matt comes right back in it with his own left. Oh, and a big double leg. Yeah. Oh, and then Matt immediately reverses it and has Lyndon in like a guillotine here. Lyndon, is able to come in and get tight enough to prevent the guillotine from getting locked up too deep. But, yeah, that was dangerous. And a beautiful reversal from Matt, just found his balance and the timing to come out of that right away. So Lyndon managed to belly out and get his hips forward at first, and then now he's back again to stand up. This is one of those situations where a guillotine grip is both one of the most dominant, front headlock position is very dominant, but it also can kind of get you in trouble here. The choke wasn't there, and Matt kept on holding on to it, and Lyndon was actually landing good shots. So he releases it, and they continue. That was a nice kick to the body from Matt. Nice left hand again. Sometimes Lyndon's wading into these exchanges a little too free. But he's landing shots. Oh, nice right hand from Lyndon. Really interrupted Matt there as he came in. I feel like Lyndon did better, actually, in some of these exchanges when he let Matt move first, instead of being the aggressor. Nice little clinch exchange here. Pretty even. Both guys are landing shots. Lyndon was dominating position up until just now. And Matt started attacking the position a bit more. He works overhook into his own clinch. Nice little flurry there. Yeah, this is beautiful, guys. Really back and forth. Nice. Round one down. I spoiled it. I told you guys it goes to the fifth. So that's another case where Lyndon, I think, lost his balance. So he got kind of hit while he was only starting to set up a triangle here. And Matt was going to pick him up and slam him, but Lyndon, was smart enough to hook his leg. It's beautiful technique here. So Matt dove on top of him a little wild, and Lyndon was able to roll through and just stand up. It's one of the most frustrating things about Lyndon when I was training with him. You get him in bad positions, and he just had this instinctive knowledge of when it's hey, there's a little bit of space here. I'm just going to get up. It was so annoying. He shouldn't be able to do this, but he is. It was his superpower. Yeah. Beautiful clinch exchange between these guys. They're really trading shots to the body here. These guys were both super tired after. You can imagine. Yeah, not much going on right now. Lynn's kind of going for this little elbow clinch position. And uses it well to turn Matt against the cage. Yeah, nice. Sometimes the first person who decides to separate, you're going to get the better shots. Ooh, nice right hand from Lyndon. Oh, and he knocks Deppa down here. I'm not sure that was losing your balance as much as you got wobbled a bit there. Oh! That was a knee to the face. I don't know when he just got a little excited or just it was a kind of miscalculated shot. I don't think he really attempted to knee him in the face, but it would have been a beautiful shot. It was a pro fight. That would have been money. Nice. He's got kind of a head and arm type position, standing. And you can finish this show. He's trying to finish it. I remember this. Yeah. I remember I was losing my mind in the crowd here. Matt is doing a good job of trying to answer the phone. It's similar to the UFC 249 Bryce Mitchell's fight against Charles Rosa. They're slightly different level, but still, that was beautiful setup by Lyndon, ducking under that arm and just trying to tie that up. He just wasn't making it happen. Now he's going for that arm here. Yeah, he should have stayed a bit more on him. It's kind of a bad time to sit down your hip and go for that submission. But he ended up all right. It's just if he'd been a little more active in his positioning, he could have finished that potentially. So third round, Lyndon lands a nice little punch there. Oh, another one. Yeah, he's starting to tee off a little bit. Matt, once again, goes for this front headlock position. He's trying to sit to a guard here. He's trying to go for like an arm in guillotine. Lyndon's doing a good job of hand fighting and just staying safe. Working his head free gradually, not trying to make any big moves. Alright, so that was a nice little jumping teeth there. Nice little knee to the leg. People underestimate that. Those little chopping knees to the thigh. Oh, beautiful throw. I'm going to go back and look at that again. But I was going to say those little chopping knees to the thighs, super painful. Really, really damaging. And they take very little energy. It's a great way to stay busy. You see guys doing it, and I think it looks like kind of like nothing. But if you experience it, you'll see it's significant. So Lyndon has this beautiful throw. Like Matt starts to turn him, and Lyndon uses that energy just to do a nice little toss. But Matt is hard to hold down too, apparently. He immediately struggled right out of it. Lyndon couldn't establish that position for any length of time. Yeah, Lyndon does a good job hand fighting out of that. Once again, that front headlock attempt by Matt. Yeah, good knees there from Lyndon. But Matt's controlling the position until now. This is just such a pleasure to watch because both these guys are fighting hard with really good skill. Slightly different skill sets. I think that up until this round, I think Matt had slightly gotten the better of a lot of the striking exchanges. Not all of them by any means, but I think Lyndon was dominating the ground game for the most part. And their clinch game was very even. I think that in this round, Lyndon really started to taking control of the striking game. But the clinch game remained close. Matt was never really out of it. And he was throwing these. He was fighting the position the whole time. And I give Lyndon the edge in the grappling mainly because he was in dominant position more often. So you can see here, I'll go back for a second. So Matt changes levels, and he shoots in for a double leg. You can see he has his arms wrapped around Lyndon's legs, and is in real tight, driving it hard into Lyndon's hips through the cage. And because the cage is a little bit flexible, it's actually excuse me, pretty difficult sometimes to resist this movement because you're sinking in this way, right? Your hips can travel back past your feet, where your feet are stuck. This bottom bar doesn't move. So there's a little subtlety of playing on a cage that's different than like even on a mat wall, because the mat wall is actually more rigid, generally speaking. So what Lyndon is going for here, he's going to reach down and grip the wrist with his left hand, and he's going to wrap over the arm with his right. Boom, right here. He's going for a Kimura, and this Kimura grip here, which can very be a smart move, but you are sort of giving up the takedown. You're kind of saying, okay, this guy's going to take me down, but I'm going to hopefully have this Kimura grip to play with when we hit the ground, which he has right there. And unfortunately, he loses it. Still kind of going back for it, but he's like, nah, all right. So Matt's trying to step over and pin Lyndon's arm there and then ground and pound. And right there, this is one of the Lyndon special. You know, just standing up. You can see, I'll go back here. Talk about why this worked. Because normally you can't do that, right? But Lyndon has half guard, okay? And Matt steps over his arm. And he's driving forward. And because he's so forward, his weight's not on Lyndon's hips. So Lyndon's hips can come up. And because he's so forward, he's kind of on Lyndon's shoulders rather than being on his hips. And so Lyndon's able just to stand up and reverse the position. I remember I just lost my mind when that happened. I was like, he does it to everybody, not just me. Because he's so hard to hold down. Yeah, that was a case where Lyndon should have sprawled all the way to his toes. He was just on his knees, and that's exactly what usually happens in that case. These guys come out like two dog fighters, you know. They're just like immediately crash together, just no give at all. It's beautiful to watch. Both guys are just going for it the whole time. So Lyndon kind of has like a potential for an anaconda here. You know, he was kind of working for this. He has a front headlock now, and but he did some good damage there. You know, he had Depa tied up. You know, forcing submissions is really difficult in MMA. You know, especially at this point where guys have been working really hard for 4 rounds. They're super slippery. They're super sweaty. You know, anything where you have to like tie up multiple parts of the body are very difficult. Beautiful exchange there on the feet. Guys just winging shots. So you heard Depa's corner calling for head position. What they meant there is that right now they're ear to ear, and Lyndon had like a dominant position. If Depa had gotten the tip of his forehead and then Lyndon's face and neck, that could have turned the tables for him, but he didn't establish it. So I mean, a beautiful little trip for Depa there. I forgot about that. So Lyndon's kind of got this Kimura-ish grip. He's just gripping the arm across behind Depa's back. Really just kind of slowing him down here. Like he can't do much with it in terms of like a submission, but he can definitely stop Depa from like striking. And he uses it to Depa tries to pull away a little bit, and he's able to explode up. Once again, that Lyndon superpower of just, figuring out a way, that little avenue for freedom and just following it really well. He's very insistent on standing up. Yeah, beautiful job. Another beautiful trip by Depa there. Lyndon goes right back to his half guard. Smart. He's playing a smart positional game. He's just, like I said, this is a beautiful fight. Watching, two really good fighters, just going at it. At their level, they're not UFC contenders, but, this is why I love amateur fights. These guys are definitely, I think, Lyndon may have had one more fight before going pro. And Depa could have gone pro before this. So Lyndon's going for this triangle attempt again. Did nice to set for it. So, and you know, he ended up turning his back, but that was one of the things Lyndon did a lot, and he really got away with it a lot. You know, he just there's a little spinning back fist there. That was beautiful. So at this point, you know, I have the fight dead even coming in the 5th round. You know, it's a tough one to call.
I think it's Depa.
You know, Matt Depa may have been winning, but
I'm thinking the takedowns.
This is not your breakdown video.
I think Matt Depa was winning.
Maybe. I think he won that last round for sure. But I gave Lyndon the first 2 rounds based on his takedowns, and maybe the third, maybe. I'd say maybe first and third for Lyndon, second and fourth for Depa. Oh, yeah, let me go back to this. All right, so, yeah. So, we'll go back to the beginning of this grappling exchange. So, Lyndon comes in. Oh, no. Okay, so Lyndon comes in with his little teep here that he's been doing the whole fight, okay? So, nice big back fist. And he gets caught by Depa. And he gives him a hammer fist there to, like, the ear. And he gets taken down. So, you know, Depa finally caught onto that and literally caught on to the kick. But he manages to pull to a full guard. So, see if we can get a good angle on this. He's like kind of working his legs higher. And Depa starts kind of posturing a little bit here. So Lyndon's doing a good job of kind of slowing him down. There we go, right there. That was a transition. So as he lost Depa's right arm, he switches to the left. And you can see he swims his legs up and pivots to Lyndon's left. And Depa's arm is stuck in here. He has his legs curled up. So this is a classic armbar setup. But he ends up going kind of sideways. So there's no... Depa can't put his weight down on top of Lyndon now because he's extended sideways to him. And I remember talking to Lyndon afterward, and we'll just watch the conclusion. Yeah. That Lyndon had the arm locked out, Lyndon was straining, and Depa just tells him to break it. So Lyndon does. You know, there's a loud pop. I remember you can hear it in the auditorium anyway, and it was pretty gnarly, but I mean, amazing fight. You know, like I said, it was hard to judge. I think everyone who I talked to who watched it had a slightly different interpretation. It was that close. You know, I think every round, every guy had something to say for them. And it was just beautiful to watch. You know, and it definitely launched Lyndon into a new, I'd say, era of his career. You know, he went on to have, I think, one more amateur title, which he won, and then he had a couple of pro fights. But, you know, the hard part is it's very hard to sustain. So, you know, I'm glad that he had the experience and I was able to train with him. And, you know, like, he remains one of my favorite people out there. You know, he's happily a farmer now, so that's exciting. So, guys, hope you enjoyed this fight as much as I did. You know, I didn't do quite. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. All right, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the mats.